Welcome to Biggest Dick Moves in 40k history. The sort of light-hearted series where we look back at all the jerk moves that have happened throughout the history of the 41st millennium and its many conflicts. Today's biggest dick move is extremely and hilariously literal. As they often do, this one comes to us from the galaxy-spanning civil war of the Horus Heresy. More specifically, as the Siege of Terra was nearing its bloody end. The apocalyptic conflict having destroyed much of the planet and flooded its atmosphere with toxic and irradiated dust. For the traitor Titan legions, this represented a problem. The dust would clog the engines of their deployment ships, meaning many were struggling to redeploy within the continent-sized Imperial Palace. Lacking a better alternative, many Titans opted to make the harrowing climb up the artificial mountain of the fallen Ultimate Wall, forming vast warbands made up of the scattered Titans that had managed to land or were already on Terra before the atmosphere became too clogged. These forces, representing multiple traitor legions, lacked a true command structure, but it really didn't matter. They knew where to go, they knew what to do, they were giant mechs. From the Legio Audax, also known as the Ember Wolves, comes the Warhound Titan Hindara. More closely aligned to the World Eater Space Marines than even the Mechanicus, Audax was in fact all Warhound Titans. Lacking the firepower and sheer tonnage of other Titan legions, the Ember Wolves had adopted special tactics and weaponry to fight effectively against their larger cousins. Among them, a smaller mounted version of the famous starship harpoon, the Ursus Claw. While the Warhound is the most agile of Titans, the vertical climb was still tremendously difficult. Every movement had to be considered carefully, and Princeps Ulian plotted her course with extreme care. She and the Hindara had become part of a loose train mostly made up of the ever-numerous Legio Mortis, though the difficult terrain prevented the Titans from truly traveling together. Though it took days, Hindara managed step by grueling step to ascend the artificial mountain. But it was there, at the zenith, that disaster struck. The rubble beneath Hindara came loose. Ulian and her crew tried desperately to prevent the machine from beginning to topple, but it was impossible. They were doomed. They would tumble back down the mountain, and there would be no surviving it. There was only one slim hope. It would require luck and skill in equally huge measures. Fire the Ursus Claw, Ulian ordered in a whisper, and her weapons moderati took aim at the only target that had a hope of stabilizing them. The spine of their ally, the Mortis Legion Reaver Titan, Varcanarix. The Ursus Claw struck true, and Hindara's harpoon line drew taut. The Warhound was saved and stabilized at the minor cost of sending the larger Titan tumbling off the mountain to their crumpled death. The other members of Legio Mortis were furious, but the sheer angles of the ascent prevented them from firing upon the Warhound that had killed their comrades. Instead, they vented their rage the only way they could. Hindara's Vox and text communication systems were flooded with howling abuse from the Mortis Titans. As the Warhound strode away into the palace, Ulian smugly sent back a single text reply. The icon for engine kill.